Hello guys, welcome to Crunchy Tales. I am Gemma, your snack time movie companion.
5 years ago, a horrific nuclear war reduced the entire world to ash. Electricity vanished, the vibrant glow of cities was extinguished, and humanity was plunged into a suffocating darkness. Destruction was everywhere, but they say that even in the deepest night, a ray of hope must exist. He was searching for that hope. Deep within the dense jungles of the Amazon, a scientist named Leon Schmidt discovered a miracle that changed the fate of human civilization forever. That miracle was the Genesis tree, a mysterious tree entirely different from any normal flora. Its roots absorbed radiation and converted it into pure energy. Its glowing blue buds allowed the earth to breathe again, but with it, the direction of human destiny was altered forever. The war's radiation had left wounds so deep that now, 9 out of 10 children were born with some form of genetic defect. Humanity was once again on the verge of extinction. It was then that scientists discovered a way to mix the DNA of the Genesis flower with human DNA and inject it into women. The result of this experiment was the birth of a new era. Children were born whose ability to hear, see, and think was 10 times greater than that of ordinary humans. They were named genetics, humans who had surpassed nature itself. But look at the divide. While the genetics reached the pinnacle of society, there were the 10% whose bodies could not accept this change. They were either plagued by diseases or had lost the ability to walk, see, or hear. The world called them specials, and they were treated not as humans, but as burdens. Society gave them nothing but disdain and insult. Their lives were confined to back-breaking labor and pain. In this world, the Genesis Institute is a high-tech sanctuary where these mysterious trees are guarded. This is where Leon works, a cleaner who moves via wheelchair, alongside Chloe, a clever 12-year-old girl who has entered under the guise of a school tour. But the reality is far different. Both are on a mission. While Chloe distracts the guide among the other children, Leon is busy hacking the security system with his modified device. To divert the guard's attention, Leon sets a trap. He releases a remote-controlled toy. As soon as the guards pick it up, it releases a gas that knocks them unconscious. Wearing a gas mask, Leon enters the lab. He looks at his mother's old watch, as if it's giving him strength, and then cuts a glowing blue Genesis flower. At that exact moment, the tree's security system activates. Its branches lash out like thorns, but Leon somehow manages to escape. Sirens wail, alarms echo, and the entire institute goes into lockdown. Leon tries to slip away through the crowd and bumps into Chloe. Without wasting a second, Chloe hides the flower inside her teddy bear. The guards check the bear but find nothing, and the two leave without suspicion. By evening, they have reached their city where a politician, Senator Frank, is giving a speech. He is introducing a law called Proposition 42, a proposal claiming that genetics and specials should now have equal rights. He claims he has created a serum that can give specials genetic powers. Meanwhile, the famous pop star Mira announces a unity concert in the poor districts. But Leon doesn't trust any of it. In his eyes, these are all lies from the upper class, a facade that deepens discrimination by dangling the dream of equality. The two return to their home, an old basement workshop filled with plants, tools, and Leon's world of unfulfilled hopes. It is here that a story begins which blurs the line between man and God. The story moves forward as Chloe and Leon try to build a new life in their small basement. Chloe is a brilliant botanist. She grows strange plants and vines that produce fruit filled with acid. Leon is an inventor who builds machines and prosthetic limbs for specials so they can live normal lives. Together, they use the extract from the stolen Genesis flower to create gadgets that can help specials, because in this world, no one else fights for them. One night, Leon receives a call from a panicked man. He is a special living in the genetic district whose identity is unknown to the public. He works as a chef in a restaurant and relies on a mechanical suit to walk. But the suit is broken down. If anyone finds out he is a special, he will be fired instantly. At first, Chloe refuses because going to the genetic district is extremely dangerous. But when the man offers triple the payment, Leon agrees. Chloe warns him repeatedly that people like them aren't even allowed to enter, but Leon is prepared. He has a secret path. They enter the wealthy district through an old tunnel and reach the hotel where the chef brings them in through the back door. Leon immediately begins repairing the suit while Chloe handles the wiring and power system. Everything is going well, until suddenly the entire hotel is plunged into darkness. Seconds later, the sound of gunfire erupts. The hotel is under attack. The attack is carried out by a gang called the Anti-Genetic Squad. Humans who hate genetics and believe they are the reason the world was destroyed. They want to wipe them out. They ruthlessly kill every guest in the hotel. Leon and Chloe manage to hide, but the only way out is the back door, which is now locked. Leon realizes there is only one way to survive. He puts on the dead chef's mechanical suit to use its strength to break down the door. Just then, some gang members enter the room and reveal their plan for the next morning. They are going to detonate a bomb that will kill a major leader. During the conversation, a piece of paper falls from their hands, which Chloe secretly picks up. But then, the suit short-circuits, and Leon falls loudly against a counter. Hearing the noise, the thugs rush toward him. Leon uses the suit's power to knock over all the surrounding shelves to create a path, and somehow, he breaks the door and escapes. The two run for their lives and return home that night. They think everything is fine, but the real danger has just begun. Their faces have been recorded on the hotel's CCTV cameras. Since the gang members were wearing masks, the police assumed the attack was carried out by Leon and Chloe. News starts flashing on TV, and the head of the special police force is giving an interview. Leon is stunned to see him. It's the same man who was leading the attack on the hotel that night. It becomes clear that the police chief is actually the leader of the terrorist gang. Meanwhile, Chloe opens the paper she took from the hotel. It says, "Mira's concert. She understands that the next attack will happen there." But this time, the gang's goal isn't just to kill Mira, it's to prove that specials are terrorists so that Proposition 42 fails forever. Chloe is not ready to give up. She decides that no matter what, she will stop this attack. But Leon feels that a little girl and a disabled man cannot change the world. He talks about running away, which makes Chloe angry, and she leaves after a fight. As Leon sits alone, his eyes fall on his mother's old watch, which bears the inscription that all humans are equal. He remembers that his mother died only because she was a special, and the hospital refused to treat her. In that moment, Leon realizes it's not time to run. It's time to fight. When Chloe returns the next morning, she sees Leon adding weapons to the suit. There is no fear in his eyes, only courage. Chloe joins him, creating a special biofire from her plants, acidic flowers that release sleeping gas or burning acid when enemies approach. The next day arrives, Mira's massive concert. People are dancing, the crowd is happy, but a shadow of death is hidden among them. The gang members have arrived, intending to blow everything up. Just as they seize Mira, a loud explosion occurs. Leon leaps from the ceiling in his mechanical suit, eyes flashing with determination. Now, the fight will be an equal one. Leon stands in the middle of the concert. The suit is half broken, his breathing is heavy, but his resolve is firm. He struggles to keep himself together, falling and standing back up. Suddenly, vines begin to grow over his suit. This is Chloe's handiwork. The vines wrap around the metal, and a blue glow spreads across it. The gangsters laugh, thinking it's a joke. But Leon has a look of peace on his face. He presses a button, and the suit roars back to life. The vines produce acidic fruits that release gas as they hit the ground. The gangsters are blinded. Chaos erupts. Leon swings the vines as if they are his own limbs, taking down dozens of thugs in moments. But more arrive. They are too many. They knock Leon down, break his suit, and begin beating him mercilessly. Leon lies on the ground, nearly unconscious, surrounded by dust and broken metal. Suddenly, the screech of tires is heard. A car drives straight into the gang. Chloe is at the steering wheel. She spins the car, hitting several thugs, and picks up both Leon and Mira. They manage to escape and return to their old workshop. They lock the secret doors. After catching their breath, Leon and Chloe tell Mira the truth. The police who were supposed to protect her were actually the attackers. Mira is silent for a moment, then says she has a meeting scheduled with the senator. Leon realizes he is the next target. The attack tomorrow at the medical center isn't for Mira, but for Senator Frank himself. If he is killed, Proposition 42 will never pass, and specials will remain slaves forever. Mira decides she won't run either. She will be part of this fight. The next day, the three reach the medical center in disguise. Leon and Mira enter as a couple to avoid suspicion. To create a distraction, Leon asks Mira to sing. As her voice echoes through the hall, the gang members enter from the back. Leon was ready. He attacks them with weapons made from acidic fruits. The acid melts their masks, and they scream in pain. But then, the police chief steps forward, the true leader of the gang. He is incredibly powerful, and Leon's broken suit is no match for him. Within minutes, the chief knocks Leon down. The suit is completely destroyed. Leon's hands are shaking. He thinks he might die right there. Suddenly, the sound of heavy boots is heard. The senator's guards have arrived. They kill most of the gang members while the rest flee. Leon's bravery has saved the senator. But as the guards pick Leon up, they start laughing at him and insulting him, asking how a special got in there. Then, Senator Frank himself approaches. Leon looks at him and stays silent for a moment. The senator smiles and says, "You saved my life like a son." But then, he whispers something that shocks everyone. "You are my son, Leon." The room goes silent. Chloe is heartbroken. She thinks Leon is one of those wealthy genetics who have oppressed specials for years. She runs away without a word. Meanwhile, the news spreads that Senator Frank was attacked, and his son, Leon, saved him. The next day, the senator announces on TV that his son is a special and has proven that specials are equal to anyone. That evening, Proposition 42 is passed. Leon looks everywhere for Chloe, but she is nowhere to be found. In despair, he goes to the medical camp where specials are being treated. The senator meets him there and says, "Forgive me, Leon. Your mother's death was my fault, but I want to fix it now." He gives Leon an old envelope, his mother's last letter. Leon reads it. "Leon, forgive your father. Hatred makes a person weak. Remember, we are all one in the end." Leon's eyes well up. Just then, Chloe and Mira arrive. Chloe says the police chief is still free and planning a massive attack. But the scariest part? He is working with the senator. Leon realizes the fight isn't over. It's just the beginning. Chloe uses her high-tech camera to look inside the lab, and what she sees shakes her soul. Senator Frank and the police chief are sitting together like old friends. She realizes they aren't enemies. They are on the same team. Everything they showed Leon was a drama to fool the world. The truth was that the senator's law wasn't to help specials, but to make genetics stronger. To make the plan work, they needed a special chemical that could only be found in the brains of specials. Under the guise of treatment, specials were being called to medical camps, where the chemical was painfully extracted from their brains, a process no one survived. Their goal was a world where only genetics remained. Chloe and Mira record everything. They also discover that the cure being prepared was meant for only one person, Leon. Inside the camp, Leon sees the patient suffering. He realizes the treatment is a death trap. He goes to the operating theater, not as a patient, but as a warrior. He had repaired his old prosthetic suit and hidden it under a blanket. As the surgery is about to begin, Leon stands up, grabs his father by the collar, and says, "You aren't a man, you're a monster." He locks him in a room and snatches the injection containing the chemical. He runs to the security room, takes down the guards, and opens all the gates. Sirens scream. The camp shakes. The police chief arrives with his forces, but it's too late. The specials have awakened. Using broken beds, stones, and anything they can find, they attack the genetics and the thugs. They know their enemies are powerful, but they have nothing left to lose. Meanwhile, Chloe and Mira are on their own mission. They have all the evidence against the senator and the chief and are trying to upload it online. It takes 5 minutes. A man tries to choke Mira, but a special lunges at him and saves her. Finally, the file is uploaded. The truth is out. In the camp, war has broken out. Leon faces the police chief, who has injected himself with so much genetic serum that he is superhuman. He destroys Leon's suit with a single blow and throws him into the lab near the Genesis tree. Leon realizes this is his last weapon. He tears a blue flower, and the tree's defense system activates. Sharp thorns erupt from every direction. Leon ducks to save himself, but the chief is caught in the thorns and killed instantly. Honest police officers arrive. The senator and his goons are arrested. The camp is sealed, and the evil that divided humanity is destroyed. Proposition 42 is revoked, and the walls between the cities are torn down. Genetics and specials can now live together as equals. Leon, Chloe, and Mira are together. Mira was injured and can no longer speak, but there is peace on her face. Chloe is safe, and Leon has finally fulfilled his mother's dream of a world where everyone is equal. Post-credit scene. The screen blacks out. In a dark room, a man sits. His face is half burned, his eyes filled with bloodlust. It is Senator Frank. He isn't dead, and he isn't in jail. He is burning with a desire for revenge. The fight is not over. And with this movie ends here.